Good morning, students. Today we will start artificial hybridization and double fertilization. Artificial hybridization is a method to improve crop yield. In this method, it is essential to ensure that the right kinds of pollen grains are used and the stigma is protected from unwanted pollen grains. It is achieved by two steps. First is emasculation. Emasculation means the removal of male part. The anther is removed from the bud if the female parent bears bisexual flowers. Second step is bagging. The emasculated flower is covered by a bag so as not to allow contamination of the stigma by unwanted pollen grains. When the stigma of bagged flower become receptive, the collected pollen grains are dusted onto stigma and then the flower is rebagged. If the female parent is unisexual, emasculation is not required. In this case, the female bud is directly bagged, and when the stigma turns receptive, suitable pollen grains are dusted onto it so as to allow germination. Double fertilization, that is a phenomena of all angiospermic plants. When the pollen grains fall on the stigma, the pollen tube enters one of the synergids and releases two male gametes. One of the male gametes moves towards the egg cell and fuses with it to complete the syngamy to form zygote. The other male gametes fuses with the two polar nuclei and forms triploid primary endosperm nucleus pen. This is termed as triple fusion. Since two kinds of fusion, syngamy and triple fusion, take place, the process is known as double fertilization and it is a characteristic of flowering plants. After triple fusion, the central cell becomes the primary endospermic cell. The primary endosperm nucleus gives rise to the endosperm while the zygote develops into the embryo. See the embryo sac, which consists 8 nucleus. Now see the post-fertilization events. It includes development of endosperm and embryo and maturation of ovules into seeds and ovaries into fruits. Formation of endosperm. The endosperm develops before the embryo because the cells of the endosperm provide nutrition to the developing embryo. The primary endosperm nucleus repeatedly divides to give rise to free nuclei. This stage of development is called free nuclear endosperm. Cell wall formation occurs next, resulting in a cellular endosperm. The endosperm may be either fully consumed by the growing embryo, as in pea and beans, or retained in the matured seed, as in coconut and castor. Development of embryo. The embryo develops at the micropylar end of the embryo sac where the zygote is situated. The zygote gives rise first to the proembryo and then to the globular heart-shaped mature embryo. A typical dicot embryo consists of an embryonal axis and two cotyledons. The portion of the embryonal axis above the level of cotyledons is called epicotyle. It contains the plumule, that is shoot tip. The portion below the axis is called hypocotyle. It contains radicle, that is root tip. The root tip is covered by root cap. See the structure of embryo. In a monocot embryo, there is only one cotyledon. In grass, it is known as scutellum and is situated at one side of the embryonal axis. At its lower end, the embryonal axis has the radicle and the root cap enclosed in the coleorhiza. The epicotyle lies above the level of scutellum and has the shoot apex and leaf primordia enclosed in hollow structure called coleopetals. See the structure of monocot seed. Now see the seeds and fruits. Development of seeds. It is the last stage of sexual reproduction in angiosperm. Seeds are fertilized ovule that are developed inside fruit. A seed consists of seed coat, cotyledons, and embryonal axis. Seeds may be of albuminous endosperm present as in wheat and maize, or non-albuminous endosperm absent, since it is consumed by the growing embryo as in pea and beans. Some seeds such as black pepper and wheat have remnants of nucleus known as perisperm. The integuments of ovules harden to form seed coat, and the micropyle facilitates the entry of oxygen and water into the seed. As it loses moisture, the seeds may enter dormancy, or if favorable condition exists, it germinates. Development of fruits. The ovary of a flower develop into a fruit. Means fruit is nothing but it is a fertilized ovary. The walls of the ovary transform into the walls of the fruit, that is pericarp. Fruits may be fleshy as in the case of mango and orange, or can be dry as in the case of groundnut and mustard. In some plants, floral parts other than the ovary take part in the fruit formation, as in apple and strawberry, that is known as false fruit. In this case, the thalamus contributes to fruit formation. Such fruits are called false fruits. Fruits that develop from the ovary are called true fruits. Some fruits develop without fertilization and are known as parthenocarpic fruits, as in the case of banana, grapes. Apomixis and polyembryony. Some plants produce seeds without fertilization. This process of seed formation is known as apomixis. Apomixis is a form of asexual reproduction, that is mimicking sexual reproduction. In some species, apomixis occurs as the diploid egg cell is formed without meiosis and develops into embryo without fertilization. In some varieties of citrus and mango, the nucellus cells divide and provide into the embryo sac to develop into embryos. In such cases, each ovule may contain several embryos, and this condition is called polyembryony. Apomixis is important for producing hybrid varieties of fruits and vegetables, and also for increasing crop yield multifold. That's all for today.